Hello and welcome everyone to another Northbasics on this channel. Today it's gonna be all about the Wolf clan. So yeah, it's gonna be a quite wild episode here. I hope you enjoy it, and without any further ado, let's just jump right into the first point and let's see what the Wolf clan has to offer. The Wolf clan in general is, more one of the aggressive clans, how you might know already. It really goes in the aggro, I gotta admit, so most of these effects really come from attacking stuff and getting aggro on the map. So of course you will have the meat that you will get by killing wolves and bears. You even can get crowns from other stuff, but we're going to get into that later. But just as usual, you will get 20 food for every wolf you killed anywhere. So even when the wolves attacks you, you will always get a little bit food for that. So even an early game wolf attack can be seen as somewhat good from the wolf, because hey, you will get some bonus food. So even if a villager gets wounded, man, you get a little bit back for that. And when you kill a bear, you will actually get 140 food, what is quite a bit and can make up for some things. So yeah, that's actually quite good. And your military units eat 30% less food than all the military units of the other clans. That makes it a little bit easier for you to have a little bit higher army count than your enemy. So early is really the point, the word of the day for the Wolf clan, because I would really say that the Wolf clan, to compete against other clans, cannot really go into a Goat clan at 803, 804, because the Goat clan's economy is just completely grown at this point, and the Wolf shouldn't be able to really make anyone there, even though that there are always players around that prove me wrong, of course. But in general, you really want to get aggressive with the Wolf clan, because most of the effects just you really excel with Wolf if you go all aggressive and try to make everything happen what you can do. Yeah. So let's have a look at the different fame bonuses for the Wolf clan. So at the 200 fame bonus, at the 200 mark, you will actually get assault. So your military units get 15% attack bonus in outside of your territory, and you always gotta keep that in mind. So that's another point while the Wolf clan always wants to be aggressive, because he actually has a few different effects that will just give him bonus attack outside of his territory. So if you really want to meet a wolf where you can be quite sure where he doesn't want to meet you, then it is in his tiles. So if there's a wolf that has really strong axe throwers or really strong warriors and you just don't know what to do against it, maybe you just need to attack him at one of his tiles, because he will get some minus attack for that, and you can actually sometimes just wipe out the wolf player right then, because the wolf really again excels at attacking you on other tiles and just getting the aggression to you. So if you can manage to get into the wolf, you can sometimes really negate some of his bonuses that might occur. And at the 500 fame mark, so if you hit Jarl, your Berserker will actually be able to dominion other tiles. So I can't really show it right here now, but there is a little button here, the Dominion button. It requires 500 fame, and when you put the Berserker then on a tile that you didn't have colonized, you can actually colonize it for free. So it doesn't cost any food there, you can just do it for free. I guess you can do it every 9 months, so it just got patched that you have a little bit lesser time between it. So I think it were 12 before. So you have now 9 months until you can get the next tile, and that can, in aggressive moves, when you just have a part of the map already there and you just kill your enemy, take the tile away from them, and when you then can actually, without any food putting in there, that is quite important, that you don't need to pay anything for it. You can just, for an aggressive move, take the tile away from your enemy, even though you don't really want it, you just want the ground to fight on. Even though that, again, the wolf will lose some of his attack bonuses there, so he might need to think about that. But the other lore bonuses can the wolf actually help there quite a lot. But keep in mind that this is a quite strong 500 fame bonus, and I actually forget it sometimes because it's not the all too usual thing that you will hit Jarl all the time with the Wolf Clan, because you of course want to go really aggressive, but when you actually hit it, keep in mind that the Berserker can do that, because if you might see one of my older Wolf games, sometimes I just forget that the Berserker can do that, because yeah, they don't hit it that often, but he can, so keep that in mind. So let's jump straight into the next point, and that is going to be lore. So what are the unique lores for the Wolf Clan? And here we have the field rations, so reduces your military's food consumption by 70%. And I'm not completely sure if it's then at 0. I would actually say so, because it's already reduced by 30% by default, and if you reduce it then by 70%, it could be that they don't eat anything then anymore. But you gotta keep in mind, like if you have 10 you have 10 food that your warriors are consuming, you make minus 30%, so you have 7 food that your warriors consuming right now, and it could be that just these are the 70% of the 7 food, so around the 5.5 I would say here, so your warriors would still consume 1.5 food, but it is possible that they don't consume any what more. Please again just write it down in the comments if you know better here. It would be really cool to know, but I would actually say that we would consume a little bit still, but it is possible that they don't consume anything more. Here we have the Spoils of War. You gain 50 crowns for each enemy killed outside of your territory. And that doesn't count for wolves and doesn't count for bears, but it counts for everything else. I don't think it calls for the wyvern, but yeah, for the Jötnon here it would count, for kobolds it counts, for enemy villagers it counts, for enemy warriors it counts. So this is the most important things you're gonna kill with that. But keep in mind it won't count for wolves, and it won't count for bears, since you already get food for them. But for everything else, basically it counts. The next one is Plunder. That's freshly come in here, and this is a really fun lore. When you decolonize an area, your units there gain plus 50% life. So you can already imagine what fun you can do there, and just let's go on with that little thought here with combining it with Conqueror. Increase your military units military power against defense towers by 100%, so these are not going to be all too scary then anymore, and makes decolonization twice as fast. And if you decolonize this area, you will get plus 50% life. So these both together can end really bad, because your enemy always needs a little bit time to react if you rush into his tile, and if you can already decolonize it very fast and then just heal up again, just the damage you got from the tower, maybe you micro out some of your units then and micro them in again, so they just get healed by Plunder, and maybe you are just 2 tiles into the base of your enemy again before he can even react, just because of the combination of those both effects. That is really cool. We have the Veiled Threats too. This will improve your trading routes by 50% if you have a Berserker. Relations with other clans don't affect trading routes, so that's quite cool, of course. Having 50% bonus on your trade. Some clans have some different lores of that, but they mostly do quite the same, so it can be a quite cool effect if you have some neutrals to trade here just with the Jötnar. It would be a cool thing actually to just spam out a lot of markets and just trade food with them. And what I actually gonna play out here, just gonna say here, that you actually sometimes have the problem that the Jötnars are on just your friends and you can't trade with them anymore. But there is a little trick that I'm just gonna share with you. So if you happen to be close to the end of the best relationship with the giants you can imagine, but you don't want to have that giant, you just want to keep on trading with them because it's so good. Excuse me for that. Just send a warrior in here. Just make a little war with the Jotnuns. You can't trade with them for 1 or 2 minutes. But after that, your relationship is resetted, I think at least. Because I tried it out in the last times a few times and it actually worked every time. So the relationship resetted again on 0% and I could start again to trade with them. It's of course a little bit sad if then your enemy just pop in a new seconds, gets them. And gets the big boy too, but if you're not too interested in that boy, you can actually reset it, and that is the little trick for it. In basic, I usually go for trading until carpentry mastery if I want to do something aggressive. If I do want to do something not too aggressive and I want to go really aggressive really early, I usually go for trading, weaponsmith, spoils of war and plunder, and then of course conqueror, so I have the full package there. But I heard that by example Falls really likes to go weaponsmith at first lore, even though he will not get the trading there. I'm not too much of a fan of it, but I can actually understand why he wants to do it. He can just clear a little bit more with his warriors, and that just means he gets a little bit more food. He can help his teammates a little bit more. It can be a lot worth, but I just enjoy having a villager quite early on, not on gold, so having to not set a villager on gold there. But in the new meta, you will need a quite early dog and team games anyhow, and there it can be really useful to go for weaponsmith first too. So maybe keep that in mind. It can be a cool idea to do that, but certainly not for every game. Certainly not for every game. And it is conclusion time. So the Wolf Clan, the aggressive pack, I would call him, really good at what he's doing. So I wouldn't say that he really can compete against one of the other clans at all, even though he has the Vader threats and all, and maybe, yeah, you can get lucky with your neutrals there, but I would say in the long-term game, the Wolf Clan doesn't really has to say any, way too much. So I think in a free-for-all with other clans, the Wolf Clan is actually in the worst position, to say it like this. But he can excel with his very aggressive lores here and bring a little bit of a different wind into the FFA, and can actually win it like this, definitely, because you can make so much chaos. You can just upgrade your units with the plunderer again. The spoils of war will give you a lot of crowns just for killing other people, and if you just keep the aggression alive in 1v1s and team games, you can get devastating amounts of aggression out in FFAs and mostly FFAs and 2v2v2s. You can have a little bit rough time with the Wolf Clan, but it's still completely playable in there. You just need to change up your playstyle a little bit, and maybe I would say play a little bit smarter even. Maybe even watch some False plays, because he really got the Wolf play down in my opinion, and got the different styles of when do I get aggressive and when do I rather stay a little bit back. This were my little Northbasics about the Wolf Clan. So if you enjoyed it, you can consider to just leave a like below this video. Really cool video to make. Wolf Clan is always really interesting with this playstyle. If you are interested in playing some Wolf Clan, I wish you a lot of fun while doing so. Really one of the more aggressive clans, and not only a rush clan in the end. So have a lot of fun while playing it. Have a great day everyone, and see you back in the next video. So bye bye!